Hello, my name is Tim Edwards and welcome to the Tim G. Edwards Music YouTube channel. Today's lesson I want to teach you how to use the capo in order to change the pitch of a song or change the key of the song while at the same time using the same chord shapes but allowing you to sing them in the appropriate key that feels comfortable to you or the singer. So let's get started. Okay, this is the capo that I have. It's a Kaiser capo. You can buy these Amazon or Guitar Center for about $19. Capos, there's different types of capos. They could range from anywhere from $5 to $20 or $25, depending on what type of capo and what brand of capo it is. See, show it to you there. Okay. But the capo that you want to buy is make sure it covers all 6 strings. Make sure the length, you can get some capos that cover only partial strings for different types of tuning and so forth. You can get one for a 12-string guitar, but you want to get a capo that will cover all 6 strings. This is just a real quick self-tension. It's a quick release that you can put it on much easier. Take it off and on and put it across your strings that you can see here. It's got a little pad on the back so it won't scratch the wood of your guitar, and there's a pad on the inside that lays right across your strings when you put that on there. There's some capos that you can adjust the amount of tension on the strings itself, but it takes a little bit more time to do that. Now what the capo does when you place it across the fret, it acts like the nut that you see right across here. So what the capo does is when you place it on the strings, it's like moving this nut up. If I place the capo on the 3rd fret, then it'll shorten the strings from this distance all the way to the bridge. Okay, so right now the string length and pitch of this E string that you see here is the amount of length between the nut and the bridge. Okay, so if I put the capo on, say, the 3rd fret, then now the string is much shorter. The string rings from the capo where it's placed. It acts like the nut and to the bridge, so the string is shorter, higher pitch. Here's with it off. Here's with the capo on. So you can see the difference in that. So just act like the capo is the nut. So what the benefit of this is, now you can play many different songs using the same chord shape while using the capo. So for example, if you're playing a song and you're used to playing a song in G, but the singer or yourself needs the song to be in B flat, you can place it on the 3rd fret and still play that chord shape of G, and it just makes it a B flat note. Okay, so if you place the capo too far away from the fret, you could get rattles. You could get rattles in your strings. Let's see if you can hear some. You can hear a little bit of rattles there. So you want to come up close to the fret, but not on the fret itself, and make sure all strings ring out clearly. Okay. Okay, to get into a little bit of music theory to help you understand maybe where to place a capo at in the event a singer that you're playing with needs it to be in a higher key or lower key, and you're used to playing certain chord shapes and you can't play, those particular chords very comfortably. The capo will allow you to play in the key that they need to sing or you need to sing to be in a good vocal range, but you could use the same chord shapes. If you look at the notes on a piano, you notice there's white keys on a piano and there's black keys. And in music, just a little bit of music theory, there's 12 notes in music. Okay, you have, first of all, the white keys. You have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, and then in between the black notes, they're known as sharps or flats, okay? And they could be either one depending on what chord structure that you're putting together. So in theory, your 12 notes of a music is A, and then it could be B flat or A sharp, B, C, C sharp or D flat, D, D sharp or E flat, E, F, F sharp or G flat, or G sharp or A flat. Okay, so those are the 12 notes in the music scale. And I'll leave this up quite a bit of time during the lesson, most of the lesson, just to help you understand placement of the capo itself. Okay, let's use the chord shape of G as an example. Okay, I think you should know how to play the key. You can look at the previous lessons here, but it's the first finger on the 5th string of the 2nd fret, second finger on the 6th string of the 3rd fret, and then your pinky and your 3rd finger are on string 1 and 2 of the 3rd fret. Strum all strings. That's G. Okay, if a singer wants you to play a song in B flat, but you're more comfortable playing in G and not in the key of G flat itself, which is a difficult chord to play, you just simply, first of all, you look at the key on the chart that you like playing in this case G, and then you would count how many spaces toward the right. You always count toward the right, or you can count to the left, but since we're starting off with no capo on, you'll go to the right. How many steps is it to get to B flat? So you got G, you got A flat, and then you have A, and then B flat. So you have 3 steps. Okay, 3 steps. All right, so that means you would place the capo up 3 steps. Okay, here's 1, 2, 3. Okay, you want to keep the capo open and then line them up across the strings and then release and place them on the strings. You don't want to, make sure your capo is not on the strings crooked, and make sure they're not too close to the fret or too far away from the fret. Okay, so I'm using the same chord shape of G, but this key is actually in B flat. Okay, so you just play any of the notes using the chord shape of G, C, D, E minor. You just use all those same chords that you do, even though you're using the same chord shapes. It's different. You know, this will be B flat, and then if you play a C, that's actually E flat. Okay, but that doesn't matter. You can just play the song and using the same chord shape. For example, you could play like a song like Amazing Grace. It's got 3 notes, G, C, and D. We'll just say that. And this particular key is way out of my range. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost. So another example, let's say the singer or you want to play in the C major scale. If you look at the chart, and again, you're comfortable in playing in G, so how many steps to the right does it take to reach C, the key of C? So if you're in G, you move to the right 1, that's A flat, A, that's 2, B flat, that's 3, B, that's 4, C, that's 5. So you got to move your capo up 5 frets, okay? So if we move it up 5 frets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, should be on that second dot. Most guitars have a kind of a landmarks there and have a dot there. So that would be the 5th fret of the capo, okay? And you play the same chord shape of G that you're comfortable in playing. just use the same chords, but that's a C major. Again, you can play like Amazing Grace. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. So you notice the pitch level is pretty high, so it's like this nut here is now right here. So the strings, open strings, just only have this short distance here. It's almost like playing a mandolin. You know, if you notice, a mandolin has very, very short strings. It's just about maybe 10 to 12 inches long, the strings. And so for example of that, if we look at one more, let's say you're playing, you like playing using the chord shape of G, and you want to put the song in D, or the singer needs it in D. If you look at the chart, again, you go from G, you count toward the right, 1, A flat 1, A 2, B flat 3, B 4, C 5, D flat 6, D 7. So you want to move the capo up 7 frets. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's the third dot on your guitar. If you have dots on your guitar, there's a marker. Make sure all strings, again using that same chord shape. Now your fingers kind of get closer together because the frets, if you notice, they're not quite as wide as it goes up the neck of the guitar. But you can still play Amazing Grace. Kind of sounds like a mandolin. It's kind of a neat sound, and a lot of songs are played in these higher pitched keys, just for kind of a different type of tone, or to accommodate a singer's voice range. Okay. Again, you know, if you play like Amazing Grace, and I won't be able to sing it in this key, but it goes something like this. Pretty neat sound, okay? So that's very easy on using the capo. So, you know, basically the capo is used in order to help you to be able to play a song using the chords that you're comfortable in playing with, but you can change the pitch up to fret. And you can just go up 1 fret at a time and until you find your vocal range, okay? It doesn't matter, just find the key that you feel comfortable playing with and singing with at the same time. And or you as a singer, other singers as well. Now, when you store your capo, make sure you don't store your guitar or put your guitar away and keep the capo on the guitar, because that will kind of imprint and to dent and could damage your strings prematurely. A lot of people, one thing I like about this is I store my capo a lot of times just right here on the end of the head of the guitar, and that's just kind of a good place. You know, it's always there. So if you're playing a song and you need a capo, you can just simply release it here and then place it on the guitar any way that you need to. Okay, so that's always a good place. So to store your capo. Okay, that concludes this lesson. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you like this lesson, be sure and hit the like button below afterwards, and subscribe to my channel if you're not a current subscriber. It's free. There's no obligation. It just simply bookmarks my channel onto your subscription, so I can be easier found when you're looking for my lessons or for my channel. I appreciate all my current subscribers, and in the next lesson I'll show you how to play a song, How Great Is Our God, and I'll be using the capo on the 3rd fret in order to play it in the key of B flat. So again, appreciate you joining in today. You have a blessed day, and God bless you.